Greetings and welcome, my friends. This is Car Celestino. His chest even looks like the front end of my car. Nice, bro. We're kicking things off with a 3-lander. We have only one blue, but for most of our deck, that's all we need. Keep your pants on. They hit us with a duress right away. These discard bros never know what to take. It's like their brains are melting, kind of like ice cream in the heat. They take our Mind Stone, but we have the mana for most of our cards already. Looks like they kept a 1-lander. That's when you mull, kids. Don't buy like this guy. This is Glory Bus. He fumbled it on entry and he got stuck with a wrongly spelled name. Oopsie poopsie, bro. We get a 3-lander with a stone and some of our defensive cards. We can defend like champs until we draw into some of our weaponry. Keep your pants on. They smell it up in here. Sure, we can't smell what they're cooking, but I'm sure they will be showing us as the game goes on. They fire off a commune with nature. The good thing is we get to see what they grab with it. Just don't grab your crotch, bro. This is a family show. They pull out a tapeworm. They like a good tapeworm infestation, the same as everyone else. We'll go with the Ascension. Airbending their smelf means we slow them down. Sure, they might have a counter, but the Ascension is more expendable than the Mind Stone. And they do have a counter. That's fine. They are about to tap out to play their tapeworm. Then we can cage it on our turn. And there it is, the tapeworm. We've already got our dewormer in hand, though. We're pulling this thing out through their nostrils if we have to. Sure, their smelf got pumped and roided up, but we can bounce it later. They drop in another tapeworm. Bro is squeezing them out on the daily. All we got left is bounce. But that is only a temporary measure. We need more dewormer. We draw a hovership and the space tapeworm is going into orbit. This one will never be seen again. We can front load with the Mind Stone. Then we can abduct their parasite. Once again, we'll clear their infestation. You're welcome, bro. Don't get infested again. This time they come down with a creeper. If you want enemy men to try to touch you in that special loving place, you should battle this guy. We draw a Helm, which is excellent since Ultron can make us token copies of artifacts we play out. Right now all we have is bounce, but that will work just fine. They double down on Creeper. As long as they keep their hands to themselves, this will be fine. Don't touch me there, bro. They send in their first Creeper. It wants to touch. What a Creeper. Amazingly enough, they go for the pump mode. Usually the draw option is the first one to get used. They're already going for life totals over drawing extra cards. We draw a 3 steps ahead. Copying the hovership will give us never-ending removals for their men. We will have to be careful it doesn't get countered. And that's why this turn, we'll go with the sub. Ultron will get us a token copy of it and we can bounce 2 of their men this turn. We'll bounce away their smelf. Smell you later, bro. And their newest creeper. If they can't keep their pants on, they can't stay. We'll fire back. We're about to have the advantage in men so we can hit back for more damages than they can. Plus the bounce can keep them in check. Damages, bro. Damages. Here come their men, yet again. They love those creepers. Their game plan was to copy the tapeworm with their creepy men. They were going to touch each other so much, but we made them put some pants on. At the end of their turn, we'll activate the power of our sub. Load the torpedo tubes. We will be firing back. We draw a second Mind Stone, but that is something we didn't want. A land would have been better. Anyways, we'll hit them with the second sub and take aim at the same men as last time. With the blockers out of the way, we can score some good hits this turn. They sniped the hovership. Maybe they thought they'd get their tapeworm back, but that's not how this works. Once abducted, they are never seen again. This does give them a body to block with. At least it's one that doesn't try to touch you. They squeeze out another tapeworm. Did it come out nice and easy, or was it rough, bro? Asking for a friend. Then they follow up with their second creeper. The smelf will have to stay in their pants. They turn their creeper into a tapeworm. That's been their game plan all along. But they should have copied their other creeper. That way they have a pair of unblockable men that keep growing. The question here is, do we make a copy of our snare to snag their men, or do we throw down a helm first? The helm can copy the token subs, and we'll have bounce with every helm activation. Bounce is only temporary though, and the snare will be a more permanent solution. And we should copy now while they are tapped. They play out a Riddler, no warping it in to get more draws. They're in a hurry to push for damages before their board deteriorates too much. The smelf comes back. We can definitely smelf what you're cooking, bro. You can't disguise it now. Their team gets pumped, swole with all the roids. They should be knocking down our door. But they send only the creeper. He wants to lay his hands on our goodness. This time, they don't really have a choice but to copy their tapeworm. I know they like it, but an unblockable guy is so much better. All that does is make it so we can snag their Riddler, and we can block the rest of their goon squad. Had they copied the Riddler, we'd be toast on their next attack. Oopsie poopsie, bro. You done stained it bad. What is this? Like turn 8 or so, and we finally drew our 5th land. Shout out to the Shuffler. As much as we'd like to get a token helm, we don't have the mana to do so and activate the helm to make a token copy. We'll have to take their Riddler, the rest we can block. Before we pass the turn, we'll use the map token. Pulling lands off the top will help us. We still need more mana, and getting them as extra draws is just fine. They flip their pancake, and that's a giant snake guy that was under there. They squeeze out another smelf. Before they send it, we'll activate a sub. Ultron will not be part of the blocking scheme here. They're checking their pants for sturdiness, but all they've got are stains and only send one of their men. Bro needs some liquid courage. We'll go with a copy of one of our token subs. While copying the snare does take one of their men away, copying the sub gives us a blocker that we can toss in front of their giant-sized men. All these turns, and we have yet to see a synthesizer. Luckily, we can battle even without one in play. Next up, we'll play out the second helm, and we have enough to copy a snare. They find themselves another Riddler. That's all good. We've got a pair of helms now, and we can keep up with any new men we need to take out. But again, they play it out full price. Warping it in would have given them more cards. We love to see these plays, bro. Keep them coming. They follow up with the tapeworm. It's been shrunk down so their men won't be huge beaters. Maybe they've realized that we have to block all the men they send. It's a little bit difficult to strike back when our men are busy defending our life. We'll snare the Riddler. It can't be left on board. Then we'll copy our sub for a bounce. We're being stretched thin and we still need blockers for their oversized smelf men. Good thing their pants stretched with the roids they took. We'll use some map tokens since we have a bit of leftover mana. Might as well clear out the lands we have on top. We found a Battlefront. We have yet to find a synthesizer, so this might find us one. They go with their snake guy. He comes back for more roids. He loved them the first time. They follow up with a spider manifestation. It's just a mana guy, but with a plump tapeworm, he too can get roided up. They send only the Smelf army. The tapeworm would get eaten by our sub if they sent it. We'll need to activate our other sub to block their men. Our only hope now rests on the battlefront and what it finds us. That's a synthesizer, easy, and we'll take the hovership. This way we'll get some factory triggers and we'll finally see some robot overlords in play. The only enemy we can abduct is their manifestation, which is fine. Always be careful. We want a token factory, but we don't want a token hovership. On top, we have a land and a sub. We'll keep the sub, but we want to find more ammo. With a factory on board, we can keep up with their men and possibly outnumber them quickly. This time, we'll keep the land under the sub. We'll be generating plenty of AI men, and we've just about turned the tables on this glory bus. Turning it into a glory hole bus, am I right, boys? Stay safe out there, kids. They drop in a creeper. It came out of nowhere. I mean, okay, they want to send it, but first they need to drop their tapeworm. Some of you thought we were going to say pants. They need to drop their pants. A single synthesizer has let us rearrange the furniture up in here. The pain is coming, bro. They send it. That can't be right. Our robot overlords are so much bigger now. Every smelf is about to get slapped down by a giant-sized metal hand. I hope you like the taste of steel, bro. We have a free robot overlord, so we'll assign it to block as well. We're about to turn their men into paste. We can squeeze them out of a tube after this. They must have thought their men were going to magically get through. That's GG's, extra token cheese. This is Winter's. He likes it cold because it matches his icy cold stare. Bro doesn't blink. We get a shuffler special, but we do have a mind stone to get us to 3 mana. This will work. Keep your pants on. They play out a might caller. He's on his phone already trying to order up more might. We draw another case and we can play it out after we drop in our stone. Double the life gain is good. All we need is to be able to generate men. They go with a quest caller. Their men are on the horn. We'll see if we can get them to dial 911. We draw our second Battlefront, but we still need 1 more mana before we can fire off the first one. This turn we'll go with the hovership. We'll abduct one of their men before they get too big to shove on the ship. Get in there. This time they go with a Warren Guard. He's already seasoned, so he'll be easier to cook. Thanks, bro. Good looking out. They follow up with a Finn, but he's Finn to go in a pot. Along with that guy that's seasoned already, I like a good stew. We get a 4th mana. Now we can uncork one of these fatties. Fire in the rabbit hole. And unfortunately, all we get is an Ascension. Not even our boy Ultron was in there. They go with a recruit and they pay for the offspring. Double rabbit for the price of 1. We take our lumps and go down to 10. Instead of a rabbit stew, these hares might be cooking us. The first one was awful, so we need a good one this time. Fire in the bunny hole. This time we score. That's a synthesizer for sure, and we'll take the snare. We'll toss the recruit in the cage. They'll get some pump for their other men, but now we've gotten our first robot overlord, and we can start blocking up. On top, we have a manland and a helm. We'll keep both, and in that order. They replay their Finn who is still Finn to go in a pot. Don't worry, bro. We're working on it. They follow up with a mentor, which can end up being their biggest bunny. Nothing will be bigger than our robot overlords, though. We just need a bit of time. They actually send it. Give them credit for having the guts. We'll eat a rabbit now, and I'm sure we'll eat more later. We'll go with another snare, and this time we'll snag the recruit token. They lose one, and we gain one. These rabbits are going to need to multiply if they want to keep pressing. We'll hold what we got. We're still behind on men, but we're catching up quickly. They are reconsidering their entire strategy. Maybe it's not a good idea to play men that can be eaten. They fire off a season of the burrow. I know, bro, we're going to season all rabbits in the burrow. No, wait, that's not what that means. For some reason, they hit our snare and not the factory. We will continue to synthesize. They send it. Sure, they have a big bunny now, but we're gonna dine tonight. It's a rabbit buffet, and we're gonna need extra napkins. We draw a second factory, but we have to keep carving up their men. This time, the big one gets caged. They go with a gear Hulk. They might have a Hulk, but we have Ultron in the deck somewhere. They fetched up a seam rip. Their pants are so tight with bunnies, the material is starting to come apart. They really should take the Ascension, but instead they go for a robot overlord. The fear has set in. They end their turn with another recruit, but this one comes in solo. It did not get the chance to squeeze out an offspring. We draw a land. That gives us 6 mana in total. We'll go with our multiplier, the Helm. They haven't seen big men yet, but in a few turns, they will see. With this robot overlord, we have now unlocked our Ascension. We can now blink our men once at the end of our turn. And we have a hovership that would love to keep abducting enemy men. Sure, we'll give them a body, but it will be a smaller one than the one we abducted. The truth is out there, bro, and we still have the mana to use the Helm to make another robot overlord. We're about to turn the corner and rearrange the furniture up in here. They play out a tapeworm, but it might even be too late for the mighty parasite. Are they going to send it? One of their men could get through. That's a negative. They are going to keep it in their pants. That's nice, bro. Take your time. We'll copy up one of our men, and that will get us back to 10 life. We finally go double factory, and this is going to turn up the heat. All their men are eyeballing our pot. It's a rabbit hot tub. On top, we have another factory and a sub. We'll take both, and in that order. We'll send it. The perfect number to go has to be 3. They'll need to block 2 of our men, and that will leave them with 4 men on board. Then we'll have more than enough robot overlords to block them. They block with their indestructible guy. You'd have to be deep in your rabbit hole to not have seen that coming. They still need to block at least 1 more, though. Their face-down rabbit jumps in front of a bus. Honk honk, my friend, coming through. And their Hulk takes 1 for the team. They have a Hulk, but we have an army. We'll abduct their tapeworm. This dewormer works so well, they will never see their tapeworm again. We helped you, bro. That's all their little rabbit heart can take. That's GG's, extra robot overlord cheese. And that, my friends, is another satisfied customer.